This week we are covering Revelation chapter 12 through 14, and let me tell you, this is a challenging passage. There is a lot to sort through here, and to be honest with you, I do not want to take my time in this video or in our lesson trying to identify the different beasts or where they may be or who they may be or are they in the future, are they in the past, are they... what I'd rather focus on is some of the underlining themes that are so important to this passage. First off, when we see these beasts and understand who they are, it is very clear to us, number one, the intentional theme of patient endurance throughout the book of Revelation. We see that show up earlier in Revelation, but nonetheless, we as believers are called to patiently endure through suffering. And that can look like a lot of different things. I think another thing that it highlights is the false gods, the false prophets, the false realities that really truly evil forces seek to imitate God and to mislead people. And that is a challenging thing for us to process. What do those fake gods look like? You know, what does that manifest itself like in our lives? And I think that's something we have to wrestle through with our students. And then lastly, kind of recognizing how clarity will be brought about, right? Like, it talks about the grain and the winepress and ultimately the judgment that will be heaped upon those beasts and those who follow them. And so, you know, we have to recognize what it looks like to live in that kind of environment, but to also recognize the ways that we're being attacked and who we find true hope and salvation in. And so I think mainly what I'm trying to encourage you guys to do as I prepare you to disciple is, listen, ask questions, wrestle with students, process what they're thinking, you know, evaluate, but at the end of the day, drive it back home to the theme of patient endurance, how we are called to endure suffering, how there are demons and spiritual forces that seek to lead you astray by looking like God, looking like they can provide what God is. And I'm not talking about physically necessarily looking like God, but can be wrapped up in things that feel good or that seem good. Not to get off on a long tangent, but one of my favorite books is actually Screwtape Letters by C.S. Lewis. And in that book, one of the demons is writing to another, and literally the words that he says is, have them go to church. Have them, have them in a Christian environment, but have them feel like they're checking all the boxes, but not actually seeking God, right? Like, we have evil forces that are seeking to mislead students, families, people, believers. And so patiently enduring, recognizing the spiritual forces, and at the end of the day, recognizing what it will look like when God separates, when he puts the chaff and the wheat aside. You know, like, what do those things look like? What does that comprehend? How is God going to do that, and what does that mean for me? Where am I at in that? Am I the weed or am I the wheat? You know, kind of evaluating that process. So that is a lot to process, a huge topic with a lot of things. Regardless, thank you for watching this video. See ya.